All right, so are you ready to dive into some seriously cool strategies for beating procrastination?
Sounds good to me.
We're talking about science-backed techniques,
Yeah.
not just wishful thinking, right?
Right.
So we've got 2 YouTube videos on deck for this deep dive.
Okay.
The first one's called The $1 Billion Morning Routine,
Okay.
and the second is, This is how successful people manage their time.
Interesting.
So think of this as like your cheat sheet
Okay.
to understanding how habits, time management, even our brain's reward system, play a role in like actually getting things done.
It's fascinating,
Yeah.
how much we can actually learn from successful entrepreneurs and high achievers
Right.
about how they structure their days for maximum output.
Yeah.
Both of the videos really emphasize this idea
Yeah.
of building a solid morning routine.
Oh, yeah, they talk about winning the morning.
Yes.
But it's more than just waking up early, right?
Exactly. It's about setting yourself up for success, like from the moment you open your eyes.
Right.
One of the videos even highlighted something as simple as making your bed
Yeah.
as like a powerful success habit.
Making the bed.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
How does that set you up for a productive day?
Well, it's about creating a sense of accomplishment early on.
Okay.
So that small win, it kind of triggers a cascade of positive momentum. It's like telling your brain, hey, we're in control.
Right.
We're getting things done.
Okay, I can see how that might shift your mindset.
Yeah.
And the $1 billion morning routine video, it doesn't stop there, does it?
No, it does not.
It talks about a whole sequence of habits.
Absolutely. Hydration is key.
Yeah.
Think of it like fueling your brain for focus.
Okay.
Then they talk about incorporating mindfulness,
Right.
like meditation to reduce stress and improve attention. And even just a few minutes of movement or exercise
Yeah.
can do wonders for increasing blood flow and oxygen to the brain.
So it's like priming your brain for action, getting it ready to focus.
Yes.
But what happens when we actually like sit down to work?
Right.
How do we overcome that urge to procrastinate?
Yeah.
Especially when we have a mountain of tasks
Right.
on our to-do list.
That's where the concept of time blocking comes in.
Okay.
One of the videos actually suggests ditching the to-do list altogether and working from your calendar instead.
Wait, ditch the to-do list?
Yeah.
That seems kind of radical.
It might sound counterintuitive, but think about it.
Right.
How often do those tasks on your to-do list actually get done? The video mentioned a shocking statistic.
Okay.
41% of to-do list items never get completed.
Wow. That's almost half of our tasks just left in limbo.
Right. It's because to-do lists, they can create this overwhelming feeling of always having something to do.
Right.
Time blocking, on the other hand, forces you to allocate specific chunks of time for specific tasks.
So instead of a vague list, you're actually like scheduling your work into your day.
Yeah, exactly. And it reduces the chance of procrastination
Okay.
because you've already committed that time slot to that particular task.
Gotcha.
It helps you stay focused and accountable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about those times when, despite our best intentions, we still find ourselves like scrolling through social media or checking email instead of tackling the important stuff?
That brings us to dopamine management.
Okay.
Understanding how our brain's reward system plays a role in procrastination. Those quick hits of dopamine we get from things like social media or email
Right.
make those activities so much more appealing
Right.
than, say, working on a complex project.
Yeah. So we're battling our own brains in a way.
Yes. One of the videos even used this phrase, beating your future self.
Interesting.
It's about recognizing those moments of temptation
Right.
and finding ways to outsmart your brain's desire for that instant gratification.
So how do we actually beat our future selves? Do they give any specific examples?
They do things like putting your alarm across the room,
Okay.
so you have to actually physically get out of bed to turn it off.
Okay.
Or laying out your workout clothes the night before.
Right.
So there's one less obstacle to exercising in the morning.
It's like removing those little points of friction that lead to procrastination.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's all about making the desired action the easiest option.
Yeah.
But beyond those tactics,
Yeah.
these videos also emphasize the importance of having a clear vision
Okay.
and setting goals to fuel your motivation.
So it's not just about time management tricks. It's about having a deeper why behind our actions.
Exactly. And both videos emphasize the importance of holding yourself accountable to those goals.
Okay.
This could be through an accountability partner,
Right.
a coach,
Right.
or even just like writing down your goals and reviewing them regularly.
So it's about having something that keeps you focused on the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what about when those goals feel overwhelming?
Yeah, that's a good point. What about when you're just like, this is too much?
Well, one of the videos introduced a really interesting concept.
Right.
Creating a to-feel list alongside your to-do list.
A to-feel list?
Yes.
That's new to me.
The idea is that intentionally choosing the emotions that you want to cultivate throughout the day, things like gratitude, curiosity, excitement, can actually impact your productivity.
Wow.
It's about shifting your mindset from a place of obligation to a place of inspiration.
So it's not just about checking things off a list.
Right.
But about bringing a certain energy to the work you're doing.
Exactly.
I like that shift in perspective.
And that ties into another key concept from the videos.
Okay.
The importance of mental reframing. Shifting from a human doing to a human being mindset.
Okay, unpack that for me a bit. What does that mean in practical terms?
It's about recognizing that we are not defined solely by what we achieve or how much we get done. Okay.
It's about being present in the moment, enjoying the process, and accepting that there will always be more to do.
That's a really valuable reminder. We live in a culture that glorifies busyness.
Yes.
And it's so easy to get caught up in that endless cycle of doing.
Exactly. And that's where the videos challenge us to be more intentional with our time and energy, to focus on what truly matters, and to find a sustainable rhythm that allows us to be both productive and present.
So it's not about cramming more into our schedules, but about making conscious choices about how we spend our time and what we focus on.
Exactly.
And it sounds like these videos offer some really practical strategies to help us do that.
They absolutely do. And what I find fascinating is that they don't just offer these quick fixes or productivity hacks.
Right.
They really delve into that deeper why behind our procrastination habits and offer a framework for understanding how to work with our brains, not against them. That's what makes this so much more than just like a time management conversation.
Right.
It's about understanding the psychology behind our actions and using that knowledge to create lasting change.
Absolutely. And what's exciting is that these strategies can be applied to any area of life.
Right.
From work and personal projects to health and relationships.
I think that's a great point to pause on.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. We've explored how habits, time blocking, and even understanding our brain chemistry can play a role in overcoming procrastination.
Yes.
We've also started to touch on the importance of mindset goal setting and mental reframing.
And I think it's important to remember that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
We've still got plenty more to uncover. As we delve deeper into these videos and the science-backed strategies they offer.
Exactly. So for everyone listening, take a moment to reflect on what's resonated with you so far. What one thing stands out as particularly relevant to your own experience with procrastination?
And as we move into the next part of our deep dive, keep that in mind.
Okay.
We'll be exploring even more practical tips and techniques to help you break free from procrastination and unlock your full potential.
Awesome. I'm excited for that.
Me too. You know, one thing that really struck me from both of those videos was the importance of being intentional.
Okay.
About what you say yes to.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's so easy to feel obligated to say yes to everything.
Right.
Especially when you're like trying to be helpful or avoid disappointing people.
Right. But every time you say yes to something,
you're
essentially saying no to something else.
Right.
And often that something else is the thing that's truly important to you.
Right.
Your goals, your well-being, or even just time for focused work.
So it's about setting boundaries.
Yes.
Not just with other people, but with our own time and energy. I think that's a powerful concept.
Yeah.
Especially in like our always-on, hyper-connected world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the videos even mentioned this principle called the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule.
Okay.
It's this idea that 80% of our results come from just 20% of our efforts.
That's so interesting. So it's not about working harder.
Right.
But about working smarter.
Exactly.
Focusing on those like high-impact activities that truly move the needle.
Exactly. And that ties into another key concept from the videos, delegation.
Okay.
They emphasize the importance of identifying tasks that can be done by others.
Right.
Freeing up your time and energy.
Yeah.
For the things that only you can do.
This can be tough for some people, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if you're used to doing everything yourself.
Yes.
Or you have a certain way you like things done.
Letting go of control can be challenging.
Yeah.
But the videos suggest that it's essential for reaching your full potential. They even pointed out that delegation isn't just about freeing up your time. It's also about empowering others.
Right.
And fostering a collaborative work environment.
Okay. I see how that could actually benefit everyone involved.
Yeah.
Now, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about meetings.
Okay.
Because one of the videos had some pretty strong opinions about them.
Yes. They called meetings a last resort. And I have to say, I kind of agree with them to a certain extent.
Yeah, they even suggested saying no to meetings as often as possible.
Right.
Which I know can feel a bit radical.
Yeah.
Especially in like a corporate setting.
It might seem counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But they argued that most meetings are inefficient.
Right.
And can actually derail your productivity.
So what's the alternative?
Right.
How do you collaborate effectively without meetings?
They suggest using other forms of communication, like email instant messaging, or even project management tools to share information and make decisions. And if a meeting is absolutely necessary, they recommend keeping it short-focused and with a clear agenda.
It's about making sure every meeting has a specific purpose and outcome.
Exactly.
Not just filling up time on everyone's calendar.
Right.
And I think that ties back to the bigger theme we've been discussing.
Yeah.
Being intentional with our time and energy. But it's not always easy.
Right.
Right? We all have those moments.
Yes.
Where we get sidetracked, distracted, or just plain unmotivated.
Absolutely. And I think one of the most valuable takeaways from these videos is that productivity isn't just about time management.
Right.
It's also about energy management.
Yes. They talked about the importance of taking care of your physical health.
Yes.
Getting enough sleep, exercising regularly. And fueling your body with nutritious foods.
Right, because when you're feeling depleted, it's much harder to focus and resist those procrastination temptations. They also emphasize the importance of mental and emotional well-being.
Okay.
Things like mindfulness practices, spending time in nature, or engaging in activities that bring you joy.
Yeah.
Can all contribute to a more focused and productive state of mind.
It's about taking a holistic approach to productivity.
Yes.
Recognizing that our physical, mental, and emotional well-being are all interconnected.
Absolutely.
And what I appreciate about these videos is that they don't offer a one-size-fits-all solution.
They don't.
They recognize that everyone is different.
Right.
And what works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. They encourage experimentation and finding what works best for you. And most importantly, they emphasize the need for self-compassion.
Yeah.
Procrastination is a common human experience. It doesn't mean you're lazy or incapable.
Right.
It just means you need to find strategies that work with your brain, not against it.
That's such a crucial reminder.
It is.
We could be so hard on ourselves.
We can,
especially when we feel like we're not living up to our own expectations.
Exactly.
But these videos remind us that it's okay to have off days, to slip up, to experiment and adjust our approach.
And to celebrate those small wins along the way.
Yeah.
Remember that small changes can lead to big results over time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of small changes, I'm curious, what one thing from these videos has really stuck with you? What's that one nugget of wisdom that you're going to take away from this deep dive?
For me, it's the emphasis on energy management. I've always been focused on time management, but I realize I haven't been paying enough attention to how my energy levels fluctuate throughout the day.
Right.
So I'm going to start being more mindful of that.
Okay.
And adjust my schedule accordingly.
That's a great insight.
Yeah.
It's not just about when you work, but also about how you work.
Exactly.
And for me, it's the reminder that saying no is a powerful tool for protecting my time and energy.
Oh, it is?
I tend to overcommit, so I'm going to start being more intentional about what I say yes to.
I think those are both fantastic takeaways. And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to encourage everyone listening to do the same. Reflect on what's resonated with you. And choose one small action you can take. to start implementing these strategies in your own life.
You know, it's amazing how much we can gain from just 2 videos packed with insights from successful people. And I think what's really inspiring is that these aren't just like abstract theories. These are practical, actionable strategies that anyone can implement.
Absolutely. And what I appreciate is that both videos emphasize that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to productivity. You
know, they really encourage us to view this as a journey, not a destination. And they remind us that progress is more important than perfection.
It's about those small, consistent steps, not about trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. And it's about being kind to yourself throughout the process. Procrastination happens to everyone, and it's not a sign of failure. It's just an opportunity to try a different approach.
I think that's a really important point to emphasize. We can be so hard on ourselves.
We can.
Especially when we compare ourselves to others or to some idealized version of productivity. But these videos remind us to focus on our own unique journey. And celebrate our progress, no matter how small it might seem.
Exactly. And one of the things that resonated with me was this idea that beating procrastination isn't just about getting more done. It's about creating a life that feels aligned with your values and goals.
That's such a great point. It's not just about checking things off a list, but about living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. And I think these videos offer a roadmap for doing just that.
They absolutely do. And as we wrap up this deep dive into the science of beating procrastination, I want to leave everyone with a challenge.
I like it.
What one action will you take today to break free from procrastination and move closer to your goals?
It could be something as simple as setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier to incorporate a quick morning routine. Or finally blocking off that hour on your calendar to tackle that important project you've been putting off.
Or maybe it's silencing those pesky notifications on your phone. So you can focus on deep work. Or committing to carrying a notebook with you to capture those fleeting ideas that often slip away. Whatever it is, take that first step today. You'll be amazed at the difference it can make.
Absolutely.
And remember, we're all in this together.
We are.
So share your favorite tip for overcoming procrastination in the comments below.
Yes, please do.
We'd love to hear what's working for you.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe to our channel. For more insights and strategies to help you live a more productive and fulfilling life.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the science of beating procrastination.
Yes, thank you.
Until next time, happy diving.